This message is for parents who are waking up. They are remembering who they truly are at their core, that they are love, peace, that they are connected with everyone and everything at the deepest level. But they were also heavily programmed to believe in separation. They were spanked. Maybe they're raising children at the same time. So they're healing from their own childhood trauma while raising children at the same time. So if you want to experience more peace in parenthood, this is something that I really, really want us to remember today. Everything has always been and will always continue to be working in your favor to help you remember who you truly are. Everything that happens is happening so that you can make a choice, so that you can powerfully choose to continue on a timeline that doesn't feel so good, where you continue to do things just because you were taught to do it that way, or to make choices that reflect who you've become, that feel more true for you, right? So practically what that can look like is your child triggers you and you instinctively feel, because of how you were programmed and conditioned, that a spanking is in order, right? But at the same time, you know that you have an opportunity to practice operating in a whole different way that feels more true for you, because you've realized that spankings just don't resonate with who you've become. So you see, every trigger, every moment, every single moment is an opportunity for us to powerfully and consciously and intentionally choose to take action or to speak from the version of us who we've been, that's full of patterns and habits that we've been programmed and conditioned with, or to speak and act from the version of us that really prioritizes our peace and does what we feel is best for us, even if that differs from what we've been programmed by the government, parents, family, the collective, society to do, right? So here's the thing that I really wanted to share. You cannot see that everything is working out for you. You cannot see that everything is working in your favor, or in the favor of you and your child. You can't see it if you are complaining. Complaining is a pattern that we learned. It's a habit that we learned. It's a strong pattern. But it's also a pattern and a habit that can be completely ditched. It's not necessary. It's not needed. I'm not saying it's bad if someone does it. You know, we're human. But the more that you give yourself permission to be aware of that pattern when it arises within you, the less power it's going to have over you, right? So you're not going to be able to see just how blessed you are and just how many beautiful opportunities are unfolding for you. You're not going to really be able to see how everything is working out in your favor. You didn't get the job. You're not going to be able to see how that was actually a huge blessing if you're stuck on the fact that you didn't get the job and if you're complaining internally about how you didn't get the job. But I'm telling you, everything is working in your favor. So step one, have faith, right? Having faith for a lot of us is a muscle that has to be stretched, because there's a lot of stuff that's happened in our lifetime. And not all of us grew up in households or environments where we saw examples of adults who were operating from a high level of faith. So a lot of us, although it's very natural for you to operate from faith, to have faith, right, and to not really be in fear all the time, that's really natural for you. But for a lot of us, we have to practice having faith and stretch the muscle of having faith, just because a lot of things that have happened in our lifetime and not really seeing a lot of examples of people operating from a high level of faith, right? So how you stretch the muscle of having faith is by noticing and being more aware of when you're in fear, when you're feeling anxious and fearful of the future, when you're feeling like something happened that was a failure. Again, let's say you didn't get the job, so then your mind starts going off on a tangent about how you're failing, life sucks, blah, blah, blah. The more that you practice being aware of all of those inner conversations, being the awareness of them, the less they're going to have a grip on you, and the more empowered you're going to be able to shift that inner conversation to one of optimism and one of faith. But you have to practice it like it's a practice, and you have to practice it and stretch that muscle. And as you do, you're going to be getting results as you go. You're going to be seeing how, to the degree that you practice that, you're going to start to see that it seems like doors are opening up for you everywhere. But that's not doors are always open up for you everywhere. Opportunities are always knocking at your door. It's just we can't be aware of it if we're still activating a version of us that's in complain mode, that's in whine mode, that's in fear mode, that's in feeling like life is out to get me mode. Okay? So we practice the art of no longer complaining so that we can operate from more clarity. And so that you can see the miracles and magic in situations where in the past you may not have been able to be aware of the miracles and magic and the opportunities that are presenting themselves. All right. Y'all continue having a good day.